to actually give a brief idea of what we want to sort of build and expand. Here it's sort of the area that we want to work with. So here you have like no the Brooklyn Banks. So you see here it's the area that we're working in. So yeah, let's put like satellite, the cool satellite. So you know, yeah, you know this spot. Now the One Police Plaza here, the Brooklyn Banks here, the Mary School, the Verizon, the James Madison Plaza here, the slightly modified Chatham Towers, um, and here the sort of beginning of the Old Town. Yeah, we have like the Black Hubs just here. That we can talk like furthermore. This is something just like it is confirmed that we want to work around this area as well. So you can expect to have like this scalable places in the future, um, but no like set date yet. Okay, so this is like no the first sort of hub that we've built, and if you keep going on to like for example like Pearl Street, yeah, here there you go. Okay, so here you have like the really cool pyramid ledges that we made like last update. And then if you zoom out now and go around the Manhattan Bridge here, you have the Coleman Park. So if you see, it's sort of both have like similar distance to each other. So what we are trying to do here is with the pyramid ledges, we're going to try to expand around this area, which has like crazy amount of really cool spots, and similar to this area. And after this, now look around. But there's a reason why it's not connected to each other. It's because we want to build more in between. So yeah, here's for the map. So I'm going to show you a bit more of the surrounding. So this is like our first version of the LES. I don't know how many of you have been skating this place or seen it. I know it's a really sort of a big area, really popular in New York, like probably the most popular skate park, I would say. So yeah, so you see, once again, we've been like super dedicated into making it as accurate as we could. Obviously, like the park changed like slightly changed many times during the past years. This small concrete banks has been built later on. All the nipples been added as well, and there's been like a couple of DIY stuff that's been added here as well. So we we tried to sort of mix and match, excuse me, all the yeah, I know, like people are laughing, but it's actually really how it's called. It's called like nipples. So yes, I'm not trying to be funny here, even though it's a bit funny. But yeah, it is indeed called nipples. Um, so yeah, so we added like the fence wall here. Um, we've tried to be like super, again, like super accurate. Like the double stair gap is really close to it. And then after this, we sort of like added some creative stuff. So we made this spot, I would say like skatable, because in real life here it's supposed to be grass. Now, we might have some grass depending on how much we want to polish and things like this, but yeah, so it's always trying to find like the balance between fun and accuracy. But on these spots, especially like the LES, the Pyramid Ledges, the Brooklyn Banks, we're trying to be super accurate to it, because we know it's really meaningful. And since all the physics and the gravity settings that we're aiming, we're trying to be like super grounded. So now that we're quite grounded, if we mismatch the size or the scale of things, this is where it's going to go wrong, and the map won't be fun. Um, so yeah, so we started with this. Also, something else that we added now. We re-rented all the worlds to have like a real scale, like I don't know, like real life sun cycle. Yeah, yeah, we could say that. I'm gonna try to show you quickly. So this is a bit of a the nerdy side of me. It's I like to be like pretty like crazy on things like this. So as much as we could with the tech that we have, we've tried to make sure that the sun is really sort of aligned to the real like the real life ones. So for example, if you go here, so you see it's sort of really similar. I think from what I found out, like these pictures been taken like maybe around like 5, 6 of the day. So yeah, so that's kind of how we want uh, to be doing things in terms of accuracy for the game. Another a quick example that I could say that we've changed things is, for example, here. No, we made it a bit more fun slash simple to to clear the stair set. So that's a bit it. As you probably noticed, also we now have our first version of the environment, so we're going to do more iterations like facial animations and things like this as things are going. So, but right now it's like the first version of the dude. So I think it's looking really cool. I really like the result as a first version. I think it is pretty nice. You probably notice. We're super excited also to let you guys know that Zero is on board with us. So you can now skate Zero. You can like have like shoes deck, not shoes, like shirts decks and things like this, which is really really cool. So yeah, so this is the new Dane playable version. Um, After this, maybe we can go like to the in the apartment so we can show a bit more of the boards that we have. So yeah, so now we have like the old I love this one. So we have the old ones. So we have like here like Dane Berman models, obviously. This one is fucking funny. I love it. We have that one as well. We have like this Zero Blood. No, we have a bunch of really cool uh, iconic Zero decks. So this once again, this is another like sort of a first variation uh, integration of the brand. I'm pretty sure like more will go in. What else? Yeah, so we have Dane here. Jesse was supposed to be in this update, but we still need to work on the character model, so it's going to be on the next one. Donovan is there as well. Thanks to the Lyrics for joining as well. We're super stoked to have them um, on this shirt. It's really exciting. We also upgraded Ribsman's model, so now it is like a proper Ribsman suit. We still have some work to do. Again, it's going to be always like updated. These are all like first pass, and don't worry, what you see in the customization level is never what it looks like in the game. This is really sort of a placeholder render texture thing. I can show you how Donovan looks in the game right now. Is much better than he is in the apartment. Yeah, see, looks better. So if you look close, I wouldn't say low resolution because each faces as like 4K texture. So yeah, so I'd say it's pretty high res. But obviously like the more you go, the more it's sort of like the resolution show the resolution goes down to save some memory. And now I'm going to show you ribs. Ribs looks pretty cool too. So yeah, yeah. While it loads, I think I can like keep going on the updates and stuff that doesn't need to be shown. So um, Game Engine has been upgraded to 424. Um, in the past, we were running the game on 422. Um, this took a big chunk of work to migrate to a new version because like some sort of things, especially on the rendering, changed since 424. Yeah, exactly, 424.3. So we had to take away from some features. We reworked some. We had to take a decision between using ambient occlusion or going with the screen space global illumination. So we decided to go with the screen space global illumination rendering feature, um, which to those who are questioning is it's sort of no, ambient occlusion was sort of a hack to compensating for the lack of global illumination. So it makes sense that it needs to be taken out. Obviously, some are using it to accentuate the shadows and things like this, but since the game is always like 100% like real-time rendering, uh, the shadows are always like a big challenge for us. So we decided um, to take away these things. Also, like 424, we were using contact shadows to help like feeling the board was more connected to the ground. This was creating tons of really bad looking line shadows in the game as well, so we decided to take that out as well. Um, and wasn't really adding much anyway. So yeah, so you see here, this is Rib's new model. I think it looks pretty cool. We have like the rash hands here. Um, the pants are going to be updated along the way. It's still using the generic pants, um, but yeah, I think it's still a much better version than what you guys have right now. Um, so yeah, so okay, so the characters, 4.24. What else? I'll go back to the less LES part. Okay, so yeah, so we now have like Dane Berman, which is super cool. We're super excited about this. We also have Donovan, which is we're really happy, and then we're super happy as well that Berix wanted to jump in to be on his hoodie. It's the beginning of something. I'm sure it's going to be great. Zero, thank a big shout out to Zero for jumping in. No, it could have been like super basic, just stain stuff, and still like they wanted to promote as much as we could, which is really cool. Also, by the way, I forgot to sort of show some shirts and things like this, but you do have hoodies and shirts like zero customization as well, just not just the boards. And there's going to be more in the future for sure. So yeah, so impossible in manual catch. Yeah, um, we whoops, we reworked the impossible a bit and manual catch. So now you can do them. So there's no more of the like the late shove bug that we have. Um, this is due to for those who want to know more about why this bug is actually happening is because the board is like is physics driven. We're only trying to influence the physics with some values. So and sometimes when we're giving just a little bit too much values, it sort of keep going and skip the sort of window to the catch, like I would say like the catch window. So yeah, so this been fixed. Um, what else? Um, yeah, okay, yeah, big Really cool thing. I think it's going to be really helpful, and because okay, you guys know that we have like pressure flips, so like this, which is cool, um, but I'm pretty sure like most of you wanted to deactivate them because depending on where you were like scooping and positioning yourself, uh, you were actually I would say like triggering the pressure crank, as we call it in sort of a dev slang, even though you wanted to do kick flips or heel flips and things like this. So yeah, so the way we did it now is they are all unified. So wherever you push, you can now have more controls to where you want to put your back foot, um, in which bucket you want to put your back foot. Um, and then after this, uh, it doesn't matter uh, if you went like too much on the left like this and want to do a kickflip. Uh, it's not going to keep you from doing a kickflip. It will just make you do like a sideways kickflip, which is another really cool feature that we added. Is now with the board control, you can go left and right. If you want to, for example, if you want to do like a sideways heel flip like this, no, you can just like put down right and then heel flip, and then you will be able like to really like do some sideways tricks. I personally like I really love this. Uh, it makes you set up like you're going to need to sort of relearn uh, how to do tricks again, but this opens up like so many opportunities when you want to get into grinds. You can literally decide to to go like sideways in something. So for example, if I want to, no, there you go. Now I can pop over something on the side, um, and do some really cool tricks. So yeah, it's really helping, and I don't know, I really dig this. Also, something that I really like about this um, is I don't know, it feels more real to sort of like sit up like this to front side flip, um, and then you know this to to heel flip. So it can help you like style like style your stuff even more. So yeah. What else? What else? What else? Yeah, you probably noticed I'm playing automatic. Just let's clear it out. We have so many things to test that I cannot test on manual most of the time because it would take too much time. But yeah, yeah, sex change is something that can be done. It is sort of a hack right now, but yeah. It is doable. The fact that I'm going into my back left bucket and I doing my heel flip, you see, I can I can really go sort of like go position myself right away. Anyway, I'm pretty sure you guys see where I'm going with this. Um, but yeah, I think it opens up like a lot of really cool opportunities to skate. Um, we've reworked. We started like a pass on each trick, because as you can now control the dip depending on where you're flicking. Um, so you have like more of a nose dipped or like more of a rocket kickflip, things like this, which become really useful to to do blunts and tail says and things like this. Um, but it's a huge amount of work to tweak all the other tricks. Um, So we're working on this. We might have like a bunch of those um, that you will actually have with the update 0.0.0.5, but most likely not going to be all of them will be tweaked. So a good example is no the variable flip. Uh, if you variable flip like this, no, it's okay. It's a normal variable flip. But if you now flick down, you can make your variable flip look much more like a forward flip. Boom. So can we kick scooter kids in this update? I'm sorry, there's no scooter like to kick. So yeah, so no, it's sort of we've put a lots of energies into like no fixing fixing some stuff regarding like the board controls while also adding the guys, just give me a second. Just this new thing that is really annoying in 424 is I need to activate my VSync in editor, otherwise you have like some crappy screen effect. Um, okay, so what else? Oh yeah, we did made like a bunch of cool fix to the game. Obviously, we always like fixing bugs as it goes. Uh, One that is really cool is for now we managed to get rid of the bunny up. I don't know when the no, but the board you were landing in sort of a bank, and the board was doing like no style, no style, no style, no style forever. I we think Vincent actually managed to fix it. Yeah, we do started to work. We do have started to work on the no complies, but no complies are going to be most likely in another update. So this is not the secret feature, just so you guys know. I wish it was, but no, we really want to do something cool with it. So yeah, I I think that's it. Yeah, pretty much. Oh, okay. Yeah, I think that's it. I can skate. Oh, yeah, we've tried to fix some of the ghosting that's happening with the board when you're in the shadow. It's sort of the an impact due to the way we're handling the ambient occlusion. Uh, so we're still going to try to fix it. I think it's less disturbing than it was, but it's yeah it's still there. No, there's always a cost to something. We don't want to go into forward rendering. We want to stay deferred because it gives us like crazy amounts of advantages over forward rendering. But are these kind of small things that comes with the choice of going um, deferred rendering. So yeah, so that's the LES. You can skate a bit around um, here. Um, you have some cool like you have cool gaps that you can do. Um, Whoops. Um, you have just a little bit of surrounding to skate. You have some pickable objects here if you want to be creative. So it's sort of a the backyard stack for customized object. You have a little bit of a fancy background grass here. I don't know, who knows, might expand at some point. So, and then you can go back here. Oh man. So yeah, okay. I think that's sort of sum up um, what we've been working on. Um, so yeah, so this update, our focus was to bring this guy on board, to bring Donovan on board as well. We wanted Jesse, obviously, it didn't make it. We wanted to update Ribsman as well. So this update was sort of a content update, so not too much of a feature update, but more on the content side. So this is how we are trying to deal with I would say like the updates. So we're trying to get like one set of features, one set is more content. So that's it. And yeah, I can go with some questions. Did you say anything about Xbox yet? Uh, no, but some things that we're going to put more effort in the upcoming weeks. Uh, we still are targeting spring. Nothing has changed on that. But just like so you guys know the way things work when you're shipping on consoles. Now there's always like sort of a you need to submit your game, they need to test it out, and then after this you need to reserve a date and they need to validate. So there's a lot of back and forth. It's not as rapid as Steam, for example. So we cannot go and say, you know what, I want the game to be on Xbox tomorrow, and then we just click a button. There's a lot of procedures around like shipping into consoles. So as soon as we can say like we have a locked date that we can share, that we're confident because we don't want to push again, we'll let you guys know. The goofy stance fix, the right now the goofy stance is not fixed because it's just going to be sort of we need to first like do a good like pass on all the regular tricks, the switch, the nully tricks, the fakey tricks, and then after this we'll be able to work into like doing like a full 100% mirror of these animations for Goofies. So you might expect that Goofy is going to look switch for quite a while. Yeah, so yeah. Um, Name tricks for Goofy. This is something we can look. That's for sure. This is not as much of a big task than mirroring the whole set. Um, Boondock is asking why mirror. Um, because we already have over like we have thousands and thousands of small animations. Then like the system to make the character work is really complex. Uh, so we cannot just jump only, especially since we're like a really, really small team. We're gonna jump into redoing like the whole entire animation set for the Goofy stance. So by mirroring, it allows us to save all no regular to make it Goofy. So now Goofy can have like a switch feel without having to be doing like these thousands of animations. Breaking board. Breaking boards, we always wanted to have breaking boards in the game. It's part of the feature at some point, but we don't want to just have board that breaks under your foot for no real reasons or whatever. So it needs to make sense in terms of design. So at some point, if you get like no, not we want to open the shop at some point. So one day you'll be able like to go get a board. The board will get soggy, and now it will sort of worth having a feature like board breaking because it's going to have an impact into, oh, maybe I should change my deck because it's getting quite old. I did like tons of gaps with it. It might snap at some point, no, things like this. But just having a board that breaks randomly, uh, I can do like I can work on a line for hours So having a board that breaks randomly would just add to the like pissing off factor. So it's not fun. Yeah, we do have some optimization. Optimization is something that will always go. The game is still in super early stages, so the optimization pass is not done yet. But we're always trying to squeeze a couple of optimized features to it. You know? Keep in mind that 0.0.0.5 means pretty much pre-alpha. So every zero is sort of a state. Now you have pre-alpha, you have alpha, and then beta, and then you have like the version 1. Usually this is how it works in video games. Replay editor is going to get some love. Uh, as we said, um, this update we needed to go to 4.24, especially for the Xbox version. So we we had to do this first. Uh, at the origin, we were supposed to work on the replay editor for this update, but because we needed to upgrade to 4.24, it has to be pushed away. So yeah, I think I saw like bail animations a couple times. Right now, it's not really our main focus. We want to have the experience to look good. So even if he looks sort of silly when he bails or when he slams, it doesn't matter too much, honestly. This is something that is going to like get better over time. Um, but we we need to work on more important things right now. Collision system, this is something that's going to grow as well. Um, so yeah, it will get better for sure. This is pretty much where we're putting our energies right now. Um, is to cover these kind of things. Can you give us a hint on the secret feature? Yeah, it's going to make the game more fun. I don't know. It's just going to make some things that are obviously not working right now. That no, it's anyway. I think you guys gonna like it. Uh, so yeah, so multiplayer. We do have some local multiplayer. We're not planning on doing online multiplayer, um, like in the upcoming like weeks or months. Um, we'll see later on. Do you think you will add the old prison level? Yeah, that could be cool. But yeah, it's buried under so many updates. We would need to roll back to super old versions to actually export the prison level. Because yeah, I think it's been deleted um, in the games. The release date for 0.0.0.5 is actually, you know, soon this week. This is what we're targeting right now. We're not talking about like months of delay, just like hopefully a couple days. Um, we want to keep like things like super accurate. NPCs, Vert, yeah, Vert is something that will be worked on for sure. NPCs right now, like we're so early in the game. I don't think it's really where we should put our energy and having like people hanging around because as much as it's cool and it creates life to the environment, you still need to make sure that they're not going to be a nuisance to the game. So if you always have like people like walking around, but they're always in the way, you're gonna hate them and you're going to want to deactivate them. So it needs to be well done. Um, Vibration feedback is something that happening really late. Do you plan adding more physics to the body clothes? Yeah, this is like aesthetic. Skate around. Okay, I can skate around. What your dev machines looks like? Um, Too powerful for nothing. That's what I'm saying right now. Um, which is, in my opinion, I think it's a bit of a pain when it's time to optimize because I'm always like above 100 FPS. So it's sort of hard to know, if something is costly or not. But luckily, David, who's our main artist, is uh, is taking care of it. So okay, slow flip tree. Oh yeah, this is something we're trying to fix right now. Slow flips or super slow is way too slow. So we're gonna try to fix this. Um, so yeah, what I can say is the park is a lot of fun. Like honestly, I'm having a blast. Um, Skating it. It's really really cool. Um, I think you guys will like it as well. Darkside Primo wall rides coming. We do have plans for wall rides. Darkside, uh, we did talk about it a bit, but it's not really too much. I wouldn't say our focus. We might do it, but it's not our priority right now. Oh yeah, okay. I think this looked neat. Okay, I'm gonna try to just do a backside forward flip. Oh, over. I think it's cool. Yeah, it's first try, but I'm cheating. I'm everything is auto. Um, like what's the gameplay? Like flip tricks, um, auto catch, manual, input speed. Yeah, it's no. Oh shit, that's supposed to be global. This is something that we're trying with Ribsman, which is sort of a strange character that we don't really know who he is. Uh, he will he will skate global, so he will be good in both at both stands. Um, Late Impossible is part of the tricks that we want to add. Um, I think I saw something around someone asking why we're doing adding like tricks like impossibles rather than working on the physics and other things like this is and it might be an interesting point to bring is with you right now. I'm mostly like the animator in the team. We have David, who's the artist. We have Vincent and Chris doing code, and then we have Isabel helping David. That's our team, and then we have Nick, like the community manager, who sometimes help on some like design technical like the challenges and things like this. He's the guy taking care of it. So while I am actually doing impossibles, this doesn't keep Vincent and Chris from working on other stuff that is more meaningful. So these things are not necessarily aligned and tied to it. So I can do tricks. The way we've built the system is I can still like do tricks and he can still work on the physics and David can still do art and keeping David from doing art and myself from doing animation won't make the physics go any faster because we're not coders. Um, so this is how I no sort of see the things. So basically, this also like it's not the only reason why we have impossibles is we want to lay down our bag of trick for the full release of the game, and and the tricks that we want to do is no complies. We wanted impossibles. We wanted pressure flips because obviously the game's been really inspired by the 90s and early 2000s. So pressure fields played a role into this. No, even though at some point they became annoying, they still been big at some point. Um, and we no, we wanted to have like a really wide range of things that you can do. So it sort of made sense to bring them sooner than later so we can work on it and polish the tricks and things like this. Um, so yeah, so when update drop should be this week. We're doing our best to have it drop by this week. Uh, Fat jeans or pants. Um, yeah, this is something we're going to add. Right now, this is what we have. Um, since it's more of a character artist type of work, this is something we're going to add on the list of things to do. We wanted the guy who does the characters to really focus on making like Dane and Donovan look like top notch as a first pass, and I'm personally I think it's beyond the expectation I had, which is really really cool. So yeah, so what else? Biggest priority. Priority right now we want to polish the things. We still need to find the right balance between making the skinning better but still growing as a game. We no, we want to be really um, sort of not only focusing on one thing, going crazy on that thing, and then have all the rest neglected. So we want to really sort of on a really flat, I don't know, like sort of flat layer and really grow. Uh, it's cool to have um, good skating, but it sucks when you cannot like skate new spots or have enough variety in your environment. So that's why we want to keep expanding the city. But it's cool to have a city, but it sucks if you cannot do anything in it. So that's why we're trying to also get the skating better. So yeah, when will you pull? Will you open the pool area? Um, is Gatorade? Is the Gatorade guy gonna be there? Shit, Gatorade guy from. Oh no, I don't think. Was it? Was not the Monster guy? I think a Monster Energy guy you're talking about. Anyway, um, so yeah, what was I trying to reply? Excuse me, kind of got lost here. Sensitivity slider for turning. It's a good one. I'm gonna write it down. I think it could be cool, but this will most likely be tied to the trucks um, customization along the way. Oh, the pool area. Yeah, this is something that is gonna open up. Right now, yeah, we wanted to work on these new areas first. Um, and the upcoming weeks will probably just like work around these areas and make them better. Um, yeah, Poppy Squid. I totally agree with you. Um, the reason why the replay was not part of this update is as I was explaining before. Maybe you weren't there. Uh, we had to go to 424 for many reasons, and also um, for the Xbox version. So we need to upgrade. We needed to upgrade the engine, and usually it creates a lot of weird things here and there that needs to be fixed. So upgrading engine always is always time consuming. Are you taking advantage of the 424 animation tools? We will, but not now. There's still a lot to do. There's still a lot to figure out. There's a lot of features that comes with 424, even some features from 423 and 422 that we didn't have time to use. So most of like the aesthetic stuff is usually coming really down the line um, because it's always easier to work on these things when you don't have to go back into like no the big complex stuff. It's usually it's like like icing layers to smooth these things out. Plans on an official non-GeForce Now Mac release. Uh, I don't know about Mac version yet. Um, we'll see. We don't have any Mac at the office, on everyone's office actually, because we're all working remotely. Um, but maybe one day. Let's get the Los Angeles map. Right now it's New York to focus, but it doesn't mean that we will always stay on the East Coast. We'd love to explore new cities later on. Uh, can we get the clock in the game? Yeah, this could be a cool feature. Like, don't hesitate when you guys have like features like this. Like, don't hesitate to propose them to the Discord channel. 'Cause always be cool. Any 420 plans? Yeah, taking off. I don't know. I don't know. Like, weather is pretty shitty around here, so we'll see. We'll see. I I think yesterday was the first time I was using my minimum since the like spring sort of started. It's whether below freezing level or raining as fuck or super crappy windy. So anyway, make Peace Park and add crackheads. If we do have a Montreal map at some point, for sure we're going to have the Peace Park and some crackheads and horror fights and things like this. I don't know, story mode. Yeah, it would be cool. Maybe more sort of a career mode. I think that would be more interesting than story mode. Um, but yeah, Columbus Park. It might, it might at some point. It's gonna depend on which direction we're expanding. Hint, and I'll buy an Xbox. I don't want like buy an Xbox if you want one. I think there's some cool games, but don't feel forced to buy an Xbox because of us. Uh, yeah, I think that's it, guys. Hit the quarter pipe. I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try to hit the quarter pipe. Okay, I'm gonna put maybe like 10. Yeah. This this I really like how it feels like this corner here. Or maybe you can try. That's what I was looking to do, but I think it didn't look as good as I would have wished. Um, yeah, sort of overcleared. Don't know if you guys, depending on the speed you're flicking, you can like make your tray look different. Um, so this one was a slow flick. Yeah, I have like some more obvious. Yeah, see? So this is if you slow flick, you're going to be like doing like a really lazy tray. Boo. Or you can go like super sort of aggressive eye heights tray. Boom, with the lifted legs. So yeah, there's even more ways to really style and change your. Oof, that was like so limit. Um, yeah, especially with this. Something I really like about um, this new one. Let me. Yeah, if you're doing this, it can really do some really cool like Nearly flip back clip. Ah, I sort of did like a 1 foot thing, but yeah, even to me, it's a bit of a learning process because now I need to think about like, how I need to offset um, my tricks for like a good looking, um, I don't know. I'm trying. Excuse me. I'm reading. It's getting out of control. Call of Session Modern Warfare. Sick. Session reboot. Let us boot first, and then we'll talk about like a reboot. Oh, hey. There's this things going on like that we need to investigate on 424. We're clipping through obstacles. Whoa. Okay, so I think that's gonna be it, guys. So thanks for thanks for being around. Yeah. So thanks everyone. Have a good rest of the weekend, and yeah, Jill Nightmare. Yeah, it's so addictive. I need to actually. I could show you. Jill was making a video last time, and it was like sort of exploring our levels, and it was like, what's going on? Like, Mark level sucks, and there's a reason why it sucks, because even with just the rail and a small kicker, I was getting so entertained. I was not being efficient enough. So I decided to just make like super boring level so I can try my like test my animation. And even then, just this, I'm pretty sure I could get myself like entertained for a really long time. So anyway, yeah. So that's it, guys. So thanks again. Um, thanks for your patience. Um, really appreciate it. We're doing our best to have like uh, this point 0.5 update out as soon as we can. Um, um, and yeah, I saw like Elias night skating. There might be some tweaks to be done for the night skatings, but I can show you anyway. Oh yeah, by the way, guys, if you see something like this, always wait like a couple of seconds so the sky can get updated. Um, so yeah, you see that might be just a little bit too dark uh, to skate at night. Um, but still, I think it can still be fun. Yeah, that's it, guys. Thanks. And yeah, talk soon. Bye.